Thousands of people have passed away in their sleep just because they did not do this one simple thing before going to bed. This is not an exaggeration or a clickbait title. It is a real and silent threat happening every single night, especially among older adults. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in the United States, more than 795,000 people suffer from a stroke each year, and a large portion of those strokes happen while the person is asleep. The World Health Organization also warns that people over the age of 60 are at the highest risk, as their ability to regulate blood pressure and blood circulation tends to decline with age. And what is even more alarming is that many of these deaths could have been entirely prevented if the individual or their loved ones had known about a very simple, effortless, and completely cost-free action. In today's video, I will reveal exactly what that action is and why it could become an invisible shield that protects your heart and brain every night. But before we get started, take a moment to comment below with a positive affirmation, something that acts as your personal commitment to attracting good things into your life. For example, I choose to live a healthy life every day, or whatever intention you would like to set. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on any content like this in the future. Let's build a community full of positive energy where we grow and live in peace together. So what exactly is going on inside our bodies while we sleep that could lead to these sudden and dangerous strokes? When we sleep, our body enters a state of rest and recovery. Blood pressure usually drops to a lower level compared to during the day. While this might sound like a good thing in reality, the sudden shift when blood pressure starts to rise again toward morning, especially in the first few hours after waking, can create a kind of shock to the cardiovascular system. For younger people, the blood vessels are still flexible, the heart is strong, and the body adapts easily. But for older adults, their arteries may have become stiff, their heart weaker, and their natural self-regulating mechanisms have slowed down, so this surge in blood pressure can be the final straw. But it does not stop there. During long hours of sleep, blood circulation slows down and the body becomes physically inactive. Blood starts to thicken and becomes more adhesive, which increases the risk of forming blood clots, the silent enemies of the brain's blood vessels. If one of these clots gets pushed up to the brain, right when blood pressure spikes, it can cause a sudden blockage and lead to a stroke, often with no warning at all. On top of that, nighttime is also when our body temperature drops as part of the natural energy-saving process during deep sleep. But when body temperature goes down, the peripheral blood vessels constrict to conserve warmth. This vasoconstriction may seem minor, but for older individuals, it can raise local blood pressure and interrupt blood flow, especially in tiny capillaries in the brain and heart. All of these factors, fluctuating blood pressure, thicker blood vessel constriction due to cold and mild dehydration, are like a row of matches lined up and waiting for a spark. And that spark could be something as simple as turning over in bed, a late night worry, or just a normal shift in your body's biological clock, but in a fragile body that is enough to trigger a stroke during sleep. But the scariest part is not just when it happens, it is the fact that many nighttime strokes actually come with warning signs that often go unnoticed. So what are these silent signals, and how can we catch them in time? One of the earliest signs is a feeling of numbness or tingling in the limbs, especially if it only affects one side of the body, or if it shows up right after waking without any clear cause. Many older adults describe it as if their arms or legs fell asleep, but if the sensation lasts longer than usual and comes with weakness or difficulty moving, it should not be ignored. Another sign is feeling confused, dizzy, or having trouble speaking clearly right after waking up. If someone who is usually mentally sharp wakes up acting disoriented, unable to remember things clearly, or struggling to put together sentences, that may be a sign of brain damage from a temporary lack of blood flow. A third critical, but often overlooked signal is an unusual early morning headache, different from the regular headaches caused by lack of sleep. This type of headache tends to feel deep inside the head without a specific location and may come with mild nausea or lightheadedness. In particular, if an older person experiences restless sleep, wakes up frequently during the night, or sweats a lot despite cool weather, these are signals from the nervous system warning that the body is dealing with internal stress. Their body might have experienced major blood pressure swings during the night, without them even realizing it. And one last thing, something that might seem normal, but is worth paying close attention to, if in the morning you notice an elderly loved one is still sleeping, even though they have already missed their usual wake-up time, take a closer look. Do not assume they are just enjoying a deep sleep. Try to check their reflexes, call their name, touch their shoulder, or ask a simple question. If they do not respond or respond very slowly, you must call for medical help immediately, because a stroke does not wait for anyone to wake up. It strikes silently, and the longer it goes untreated, the more severe the damage will be. After identifying the early warning signs and understanding why nighttime poses a hidden danger to cardiovascular health, the next question is clear. So what can we do to protect ourselves every night? The answer is surprisingly simple. No medication, no medical equipment, and definitely no complicated treatments are needed. All you need is a warm glass of water before going to bed. Sounds too simple to make a difference. Do not underestimate it. Multiple studies have shown that drinking a moderate amount of warm water before sleep can gently thin the blood-reducing platelet stickiness, a major contributor to blood clot formation, which is one of the most common causes of strokes. When blood flows more smoothly, the risk of a blockage drops significantly. Not only that, warm water also helps stabilize nighttime blood pressure, especially in people with a history of high blood pressure or circulatory disorders. Keeping your blood pressure steady throughout the night allows the heart to rest rather than work overtime, something that becomes increasingly important as we enter middle age and beyond. In addition, your body continues detoxifying and metabolizing even while you sleep, particularly in the liver and kidneys. Drinking warm water at night helps these organs function more smoothly, preventing overload while supporting gentle detoxification, making it easier to fall asleep and improving the overall quality of your rest. It is truly amazing that something as small as drinking water can create such a powerful domino effect. But here's the catch. Not all water habits are helpful, and not all methods of drinking water are beneficial. Done the wrong way, it might backfire and cause more harm than good. So right now, let me share with you a few tips on how to drink water before bed, the right way to sleep better every night. First, the water temperature. Many people drink cold water straight from the fridge before bed, thinking it will cool them down and help them fall asleep faster. Unfortunately, that refreshing feeling is just a short-lived illusion. Cold water can cause blood vessels to constrict suddenly, which is particularly dangerous for people with weak or hardened arteries, or those with blood pressure problems. On top of that, your body has to burn energy to warm up the water, which disrupts blood circulation and increases the risk of blood clots, one of the leading causes of strokes during sleep. And drinking water that is too hot is not safe either. It can burn the lining of your mouth and esophagus and irritate the stomach, especially when it is empty at night. So what is the ideal solution? Use warm water around 98 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 37 to 40 degrees Celsius, close to body temperature. This temperature helps gently dilate blood vessels, calms the nervous system, and brings a sense of relaxation from the inside out. Second, the amount of water. More water is not always better, especially at night, particularly for older adults. Drinking too much water in the evening forces your body to activate the urinary system right when it should be resting. This leads to waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. While that might seem harmless, it actually disrupts your deep sleep cycle, throws off your circadian rhythm, and leaves you feeling tired and unfocused the next morning. Even worse, Getting out of bed suddenly at night can cause sudden shifts in blood pressure, increasing the risk of dizziness and dangerous falls, especially in elderly individuals. That is why the ideal amount of water before bed is between 3.4 to 5 fluid ounces, or about 100 to 150 milliliters, roughly half a small cup. This is just enough to gently thin the blood support circulation and help the liver and kidneys filter effectively without putting extra pressure on the bladder. Drinking the right amount at the right time is what truly helps your body rest and recover overnight. Third, the timing. Many people only remember to drink water once they are already in bed, even chugging a few quick sips while lying down just to feel safe. But this habit can seriously interfere with your sleep, especially for middle-aged and older adults. Drinking water too close to bedtime forces the stomach, which is preparing to shut down for the night, to start working again to process the new liquid. This can lead to bloating discomfort in the upper abdomen and even acid reflux. On top of that, water that is not fully absorbed in time quickly makes its way to the bladder, causing the urge to urinate just 20 to 30 minutes later. The result? You finally drift off to sleep, only to be jolted awake by a full bladder. The best time to drink water is about 30 to 40 minutes before going to bed. That gives your body time to absorb the water properly, allowing your internal organs to function smoothly without interfering with the quality of your sleep. Fourth, your personal health condition. Not everyone should take up the habit of drinking water before bed without careful thought. People who are being treated for certain health conditions such as high blood pressure, heart failure, or those taking diuretic medications need to be especially cautious. When your body has already been adjusted through medication, every added element, including water, can affect how your body absorbs and processes those drugs. Drinking water at the wrong time can dilute your medication, throw off your electrolyte balance, and even trigger side effects like dangerously low blood pressure or irregular heart rhythms. On top of that, for those with impaired kidney function, adding more fluids late at night can overload the body with water, leading to swelling, shortness of breath, or a restless night's sleep. So even though it is just a small daily habit, always consult your doctor if you have any underlying medical conditions or are on long-term medications. And finally, adding herbs to your nighttime routine. If you often feel cold, struggle with poor digestion, or have sluggish blood circulation, try adding a few slices of fresh ginger to your warm water. Ginger has a natural warming property and contains gingerol, a compound known to stimulate blood circulation, gently dilate blood vessels, and boost metabolism. Just one small slice, about 0.1 to 0.2 ounces or 3 to 5 grams, is enough. Lightly crush it so the essence can blend into the warm water and let it sit for about 5 minutes before drinking. That soothing warmth spreading from your stomach throughout your body can make lying down feel much more comfortable, especially on cold nights or when you're feeling drained. If you struggle to fall asleep, have shallow sleep, or often wake up startled in the middle of the night, consider drinking passion flower tea or chamomile tea, two widely recommended herbs for supporting sleep. Passion flower gently calms the nervous system and helps regulate the brain's activity. Chamomile, on the other hand, has mild anti-inflammatory properties, soothe the stomach, and brings a relaxing effect. Use about 0.03 to 0.07 ounces or 1 to 2 grams of dried flowers. Steep them in hot water for 5 to 7 minutes, then dilute with warm water before drinking. Avoid steeping too strong or using tea bags that contain artificial flavorings. One important note: only use natural ingredients, no added sugar, no artificial scents, and no preservatives. Always start with small amounts to test how your body reacts. And if you have chronic conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart disease, talk to your doctor or a nutritionist before using any herbal supplements, even mild ones. A warm glass of water before bed is a great starting point to protect your heart and brain health each night. But if you want to add another layer of protection to actively and holistically reduce the risk of strokes, incorporating a few other simple habits can make a world of difference. One small yet incredibly powerful habit is gently massaging the soles of your feet with warming oil or ginger essential oil before bed. When you massage in circular motions from the heel to the center and outward to the toes, using a few drops of warming oils like ginger cinnamon or a specially formulated massage oil, you are doing much more than just helping yourself relax. This stimulates blood vessels in the lower limbs, enhancing circulation, which is especially important for people who often experience cold hands and feet, poor peripheral circulation, or restless sleep. That gentle warmth spreading from your feet throughout your body soothes your nervous system and helps you drift into deeper, more restful sleep. This warming from the feet up effect not only provides natural body heat, but also jumpstarts your circulatory system, moving blood smoothly from your legs toward vital organs like the heart and brain. That can significantly lower the risk of sudden vasoconstriction and help prevent blood clots. Next, just 5 minutes of light meditation or deep breathing before bed can make a noticeable difference in your heart rate and mental calmness. When we breathe deeply, especially inhaling slowly through the nose, holding for a few seconds, and exhaling gently through the mouth, the parasympathetic nervous system is activated. This helps slow the heart rate, slightly lowers blood pressure, and soothes the nerves, which are often more sensitive at night, especially if you've been carrying stress from the day. Meditation or focused breathing before bed allows the mind to settle and slip more easily into a deep rest, a crucial factor in reducing the risk of strokes or sudden cardiovascular events. And last but not least, pay attention to your sleeping position. Many older adults have the habit of sleeping on their left side, thinking it helps with digestion. But here's what few people realize: when you sleep on your left side for extended periods, the weight of internal organs like the stomach, liver, and spleen presses gently against the heart. This can trap the heart between soft tissues and the rib cage. For healthy individuals, this may not cause any noticeable issue, but for those with heart conditions, high blood pressure, or weakened circulation, the added pressure on the heart throughout the night may increase the risk of irregular heartbeats or silent strokes. Not to mention, sleeping on one side for too long can cause spinal misalignment, neck and shoulder pain, and poor sleep quality, especially if you do not change positions for hours. The recommended sleeping position is to lie on your back with a medium-sized pillow under your head and a small one under your knees to relieve lower back pressure. If you prefer sleeping on your side, try switching sides every few hours to redistribute pressure and promote balanced blood circulation. Think of your body as a machine that needs proper maintenance, and your sleeping position is the rest mode it needs to recover from the day. A small adjustment, like how you lie down, can make a big difference in your long-term heart and brain health. There are certain groups of people who should not adopt the habit of drinking water before bed without specific medical guidance. First, those with moderate to severe heart failure or kidney failure. For them, even a small amount of water at night can cause fluid overload. Their filtration and circulation systems are no longer as efficient, and retaining extra water can lead to swelling, shortness of breath, added pressure on the heart, and even a worsening of their condition. Next are those with frequent nighttime urination or overactive bladder syndrome. For these individuals, even a little water before bed can trigger bladder sensitivity, causing constant urges to urinate, sleep disruptions, and resulting in poor rest and nervous exhaustion. Another group that needs to be especially cautious includes people recovering from heart surgery or major medical procedures. During this recovery phase, the body is trying to rebalance itself. Any change in water intake, timing of hydration, or even mild additions like essential oils or herbal teas can interfere with blood pressure control, slow healing, or cause unintended drug interactions. In short, No matter how simple a health habit may seem, it should always be personalized. A good habit is only truly good when it suits the specific needs of the individual practicing it. And finally, the most important thing is not how much you have listened to, but what you are actually able to apply starting today. Do not wait until your body sends warning signals. Start caring for yourself through the simplest of actions, like choosing to watch this video to the end. That alone is already a powerful, loving step toward your own well-being. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment with a positive affirmation, like "I am choosing health every day," or any commitment you want to make starting today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss valuable knowledge like this. Together, we are not just building a healthy community, we are creating a source of inspiration where everyone can live longer and live better. Wishing you peaceful nights and energized, joyful mornings. See you in the next video.